everybody. Welcome back to Sarah's Table. Tonight, we are going to be playing a game that is very squarely, firmly right in the middle of a genre that I generally do not do. This is a horror game. It is called Sleepaway by Possum Creek Games, designed by Jay Dragon. It is a lovely game. It's really beautiful. But anybody who knows me at all knows that I'm not like a horror kind of gal. And a while ago, I was on a podcast and I was challenged to do an arc of horror, and this is my penance. And I am here to do it because I keep my promises. My name is Sarah Moore. My pronouns are she, her. I am going to be your facilitator today and your favorite person. I'm going to remind you to have some water because it is hot outside and everybody needs to rehydrate. Thank you so much. I was streaming the show a little while ago. And right after I said that on stream, I got a text from a friend of mine that was watching that said, "How dare you call me out like that on stream?" I'm just going to say your name. I see you, Mandari. Take a drink of water. Thanks. So now would be the time when I would generally do a quick safety discussion, but this particular game actually sort of has a mechanic built in that you as a table should be doing a more in-depth safety discussion. And so I'm going to hold off on that at the beginning part here. And we are really going to get into it a little bit later in the game because today is a session 0. So, okay. Before we do any of this, I'm not alone. I'm going to let other people talk for a moment. Just a second, just like one or two, just a tiny bit. I would love to go around the table and could everybody please tell me your name and your pronouns and like how you ended up here. You can interpret that as like here on this stream or like in the RPG community or like on Earth. I'm going to leave it up to you. And I'm going to start with Anita.
Well, it was a Tuesday in November. I'm just kidding. So hi, everybody. I'm Anita, otherwise known as Panita or Critical Misses. I do things in places. You can see me on Gen Con, usually on Table Takes Plays, where we do games occasionally. And I also run the Critical Misses Twitch channel, and you can find me there. I got here specifically because we invited the lovely Sarah Moore and Damon both onto our morning talk show called Morning Ritual. And that's where Sarah confessed to us that she doesn't quite run horror as often or doesn't feel that that's her strong suit. And so we enacted what we call a penance.
Listen, Anita, it's because I don't like to be scared.
It's true.
That's what it is.
But it's okay. We're here together. We're here to help support you through this.
Yeah, we're going to have, I'm sure afterwards, like, I'm going to turn on all the lights in my house. And like, if anybody wants to stay and watch some cartoons with me over the internet, like I'm going to be doing that.
But if I haven't mentioned it, my pronouns are she, they.
Thank you so much. I'm going to hop over to Noir. Who?
Hey, that's me. I had a hard time finding the mute button. Hi, I'm Noir. I go by he, they. Anita told the story, so like that, I was there for all of it. The whole time it was happening, I was just like this, just thumbs up. Yeah. It's funny. I also do a little bit of editing for Gen Con, so I've watched a lot of Sarah's Table. It's and true. Usually you say it's a very special episode, and we didn't get that today. So
I did. You know why I didn't say it? Because because Steve Conrad gave me so much shit about the amount of times that I say It's a very special episode. And he was like, we're going to put them all together. It's going to be like 45 minutes long of just you
I
saying.
may or may not be the one that's putting that together.
Well, it's a very special episode today,
Yes! That's me. My pronouns are he, they.
Noir. All right, Damon, bring us home.
Hello, I'm Damon. My pronouns are he, him. I was there for the morning ritual that Sarah got ordered the penance. So I got gotted. So I got swept up into the penance, and so I am here to experience Sarah's penance because it is a very special episode today.
Special episode. I'm going to have to extend this. I am going to have to get all of my guests to say it's a very special episode from now on. Noir, you will never be done editing that together.
It is a very special episode.
Thank you, Anita.
Everybody's got their thing.
Everybody's got their thing.
It's my favorite.
Okay, so this game, let me just like read the little intro. Because goodness gracious, here we go. Sleepaway gives us long, hazy days, chilled summer nights, kids screaming and chasing fireflies, crackling campfires, and a gaunt, cruel monstrosity forever hiding just out of sight. Always asking, what do you do next? In Sleepaway, you play as a camp counselor at a not-so-ordinary summer camp, besieged by a strange and ominous cryptid. In the outside world, people grow increasingly alienated from their own identities, trapped in a miasma of advertising and corporate branding. Isolated from civilization, this summer camp is a beacon of safety, a refuge for misfit kids defined by their marginalization. As time pushes past and the world grows older, this camp also shelters the survivors of the lindworm. Here's where we are crossing over. The lindworm is a shapeshifter, or so the stories go. A creature that flays the skin of humans and hides within. As counselors of this summer camp, you have each been traumatized by the lindworm in your own way. You remember little of that time, just that you don't want anyone else to experience it ever, and you'll keep this camp safe no matter what. This is technically a GM-less game. So I will also be creating the character along with the three of you, but I am going to serve as the facilitator to help keep the story going. I think it's always good when you have a GM-less game to sort of show that like it's okay for one person to be nudging people along if people are not comfortable in that GM-less setting. Also, one of us will be controlling the lindworm. I'm going to do that because then I can make sure if it is outside of it's too scary that I can shut it down. But they make a big deal out of the fact that no one is role playing the lindworm. No one will be playing the cryptid. No one is flaying people's skin and crawling inside. This is a thing that happens from the outside of us. And the way that you control it is with a standard deck of playing cards. There is a mechanic so that if no one volunteers to be the lindworm, that you can sort of by chance shuffle some cards, and whoever draws whichever one it is the lindworm at the time. And that can change each session if nobody's like comfortable doing it. But I'm gonna because we're all scattered around and I'm gonna have all of the cards here, I will be figuring out what the lindworm is doing when the time comes. Maybe the lindworm won't appear and everything will be fine. I don't feel like confident about that. But all right. Cool. So the first thing we're going to do is build the camp. This involves a little arts time. I have a blank piece of paper here. We're going to draw our camp, and then we're going to go in and sort of define things around it. This needs to be very collaborative, so I would encourage everyone to join in this process. I don't have to decide where this one is placed because it is the field at the very center of the camp. I know where that goes. Right in the middle. So now we have to decide. We have 4 more things in this first section. I think it would be smart maybe for us to do cardinal directions so we can decide what is north, east, south, and west of our field. The first one is the lake. What do we think?
East.
East. You sounded
east.
a little bit like a Skeksis there for a minute. Okay, the lake is over here to the east. We're going to go in and do a little bit more work on each of these sections, but I'm just going to place them first. Where is the fire pit?
North.
North. Where is the woods?
South.
West.
Oh.
Southwest?
Southwest?
Oh, do we have a southwest? All right. So woods down here. This is good to know. Where in the woods is the oldest tree in the woods?
That's got to be smack dab in the middle, right?
Like right in the center of it?
That's what I think. I must confess, I've never been camping, hiking, or anything that involves being in scary forests.
That's all right. We're going to get a taste of it today.
I just thought of like there's that one biome that's the forest is literally just one tree.
One tree.
But it's been like it's all its roots are just its saplings just come up through the grounds.
Is that what this is?
Sure.
So
aspens?
Yeah. So the oldest tree in the woods is just the woods.
Is the tree.
Yeah, I also know trees in forest facts. Aspen.
Aspens.
Good job. Yeah. Noir, I feel like you're going to really help us out here today.
I'm going to nail it. It's going to be so great.
It's going to be so good. Okay, and then the bunks.
What now?
The bunks?
Oh.
West.
Yeah, by...
Oh.
Yeah.
So by like... Okay.
Pretty close to the woods then.
Pretty close to the woods. Pretty close to the creepy, scary woods. This feels right for a summer camp.
Yeah.
Bunks. Okay. All right, let's dive into, we each get to choose one of the following things to add to the map. I'm going to send you all the list, and then I'm going to read them out loud so that our viewers know what we're talking about. I'm going to send it to us all in our Discord.
Sounds good.
Okay, and so each of us get to choose one of these things to add to the camp. The nurse's cabin, the creek with mud castles, the performing stage, the field everyone dreams about, the best stargazing field, the sneaking path, the hidden picnic bench, the petroglyph boulders, the swamp full of mosquitoes, the path covered in cairns, the mushroom log, the secret kissing grove, or the abandoned stone wall.
Now, when we say a creek with mud castles, what exactly is a mud castle?
I'm glad you asked. So it's kind of like when you build sandcastles on the beach, you do that with mud instead.
Yeah.
I grew up next to a creek. We used to build mud castles.
Yeah. Any kind of earth consistency, just slap it into
you
huts.
just build it, and then you let them dry out in the sun. They sort of like crack and they get this really cool texture to them.
Correct. So do any of these jump out at any of you?
I like the sneaking path.
Where do you think the sneaking path is?
Let's go ahead and put that by the old fire pit.
Oh.
Yeah.
Does it lead from the fire pit, like away from the camp, or is it like a sneaky way to get to the fire pit?
I think it's a sneaky way to get to the fire pit.
From the bunks?
From the forest.
From the woods?
Oh, yeah, the woods.
Wild. Okay.
Yeah.
All right, let's make it a little sneaking path. I'm sure nothing will go wrong on this sneaking path.
Low key trying to make a way out the escape path to the brightest possible spot. The fire.
Yeah, home base isn't on this list, so I think we're in trouble.
If you could just get to the fire, everything will be fine. So what sort of a path is this? Is this like tell me about it.
Yeah, I'm gonna say I did used to do a little bit of biking, and they're like these underground, like old paths, like they kind like little tunnels. I'm doing a terrible job explaining this. Like, it'll be like in the middle of like a biking trail, and then you can kind of divert, and it's a grass path for a little bit, but eventually, you come to like slightly paved with like bricks in an arch, with like dirt and like with more forest on top of it.
Sure,
you just ride down there.
Yeah, I'm sure nothing could hide in there. That sounds great.
That's okay. Where you go to hide.
We'll see. All right. Damon, is anything yelling at you?
I really
aside from us.
I'm gonna go with the hidden picnic bench.
Okay, where is that?
I think it is, let's see if I can remember what the map looks like. I think it is on the western edge of the forest, like the northwestern edge of the forest. So it's close-ish to the bunks, but really more other side of the forest.
Hidden picnic bench. And like, what happens here?
I think it is an abandoned place that the campers know about, and they leave things there, toys or little keepsakes, pictures maybe. And they leave things there when they are finishing their week of camping.
But there's a lot of stuff there. Probably very sentimentally charged area. Okay, Anita?
Let's go, as I'm very tempted to say the best stargazing field, but I think I'm going to instead go with the petroglyph boulders.
Where are those located?
I think that they are located, let's see, we've got lake to the east.
Lake to the east, bunks to the west.
Southwest. Bunks to the west, forest to the southwest.
There's nothing south or southeast.
Let's say that it's south.
It's just like a void.
Let's say that it's south.
Petroglyph boulders. And what about them like is special for the campers or the counselors?
I think that they have strange acoustics. Like if you stand in the middle, you can hear people talking on the edges.
Oh. Like a whisper chamber.
Yeah, kind of like a little echo chamber.
Steps to the left, you can hear Wonderwall.
Always. It's just always playing there for some reason. So it's a summer camp that's probably playing at all times. Okay, I am going to say that there is an abandoned stone wall.
That's the Wonderwall.
Who needs our a nurse at this camp. I'm sure it's fine.
So bad I didn't make that joke.
So I think it's to the northeast. There's this big abandoned stone wall. I think it's falling apart. It's very, very crumbly. Nobody knows where it's from, but there's a whole bunch of like legends around it of what it could possibly have once been. And I think that it is a place that like experienced campers who've been there for a couple of summers take like the newbies to in like a like this is a really dangerous spot in like an initiation sort of way. Maybe. All right. The next section, as a group, we need to choose 2 of them. I'm going to send them all to you before I read them out. I feel that without even asking this group, that I could probably choose one of these and know that everybody is going to choose it. But maybe you'll all prove me wrong. Here comes the next group over in the Discord. As a group, we choose 2: a camp cat, a courageous leaders, a culture of honesty, economic prosperity, minimal camper drama, long administrative memory, protected property, easy access to public transportation, or understanding parents. My instinct is that there's going to be a camp cat.
I think that's a good instinct.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm torn because I don't. Do we want the cat to be in the spooky area? It's gonna be
I mean, it's probably been there for decades.
It's
at this point.
45 years old as a cat.
Mm-hmm. I also really like
the safety tools that nothing bad ever happens to the camp cat.
Yeah, we can say
That's
that
true.
the camp cat is 100% like
protected.
safe.
Which is why the cat is so old.
Just why the cat is so old. There's some sort of weird magic here.
Nothing bad can happen to it.
Nothing bad can happen to the cat.
I'm particularly drawn to the long administrative memory because that feels vaguely threatening. Like a lot of them sort of feel kind of nice, maybe, but like that one feels a little stern.
So
I like it.
Immediately just like zoomed in on like the one that could be bad.
Yeah. Which one is bad here on the list? And I'll take it. That one's, yeah.
Do we want to have one of them be camp cat?
Well, I'm kind of thinking like David because I want the worst for us. And
yeah.
Like the way you were thinking about long administrative memory, that's how I was feeling about protected property. Because gates are great for keeping people out, but they also keep you in. So
I like that.
Is it?
And it doesn't have to be for the whole thing. We can.
Yeah, that was my question: is if it was the camp that it was referring to, or if it was like a separate property.
That's totally up to us.
Oh.
But I do agree, Noir, that's got like potential for multiple interpretations, which I like.
Yeah. I'm kind of leaning on voting for long administrative memory and protected property personally. I think those are my 2 votes.
Anita?
I like those ones. I like those ones as well.
Okay. So let's put something on the map for each of those. I'm checking long administrative memory and I'm checking protected property. So what on the map could represent this long administrative memory? Is there like a
counselor's office?
Like a counselor's office? Yeah.
Like an administration office?
Where do we think that is?
It's probably near the bonfire because they would need to be close to it to
by the fire pit.
Make sure nobody was messing around.
So do you think it's on the side near that abandoned stone wall, or do we think it's on the other side? Between the fire pit and the bunks?
The other side, yeah.
Between the fire pit and the bunks. We're going to call it the camp director's office.
Oh, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
What does that feel like / look like?
I think that it's the only building in this camp that is more modern. Like a lot of the like the bunks and everything are kind of like rustic log cabin. The administrator's office is like a newer building, and it has like actual like an actual like it feels intimidating compared to like how rustic the rest of the camp is. It feels
is it also like climate controlled as opposed to like the bunks, which are it's
probably one of the only places they see. Yeah.
It could be like one of those trailers that you'd get outside, your high school, just like the bonus classroom trailers that they
the mobile portables.
Yeah,
like the offices on a construction site.
Yeah.
I just have one request, and that's those things that they have in libraries where you can like take old newspaper clippings and you look at it through the little view screen.
Microfiche.
Yeah, I want one of those because those are always spooky. I don't know why, but they scare me.
It's true.
In the director's office? You think there's a microfiche? Okay.
Because while you're scrolling through it, you never know like where it's going to stop. Or like what kind of ghost you're going to be looking at when you're done.
You have to be so far into it that like people could definitely sneak up on you.
Hey, you're never looking up something good. It's never like, no,
it's like the number of bodies from an accident is what you're looking up.
You're never.
It's never like I would love to see.
Day.
Yeah, I was gonna say like
the history of Puppy Day,
the puppy parade that year. No, okay. Tell me about the protected property.
I think there's like just a wall around the property. Like we're in the protected property, so it's keeping other people from like partying in this part of the forest reserve or whatever it's called. So
like
it's
a chain
just like
fence.
This, yeah. So like in order to get out, you have to go to like a couple of like the entrance and exit spots. Or you got to make a difficult climb.
So what on our map is inside that wall? Camp director's office, obviously. Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Fire pit.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Is the abandoned stone wall inside of it?
I would personally, and this is something you guys can let me know what you think. Everything but the forest.
Everything but the forest.
Yeah.
You think it goes around the lake? I feel like maybe the lake is too big for it to go around.
Yeah, it's probably too big for that. So
there's like certain places that you could sneak around it.
Yeah.
But it's a little bit of a hassle.
Okay. So I'm making the little property
and I think the secret path, the sneaking path should go under the fence.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Okay. Making it all around. Goes around here. Oh, too far. Sneaking path. Okay. It's a weird shape, but we love it. All right. And what sort of fence is it? Is it a chain link fence?
I'm open to options. I like chain link fence.
Chain link?
But, I don't know, a stone fence would be like intimidating, and I don't think they would do that.
Or is it like one of those log fences like on old forts?
Oh, that would be, because that's much harder.
And it's kind of intimidating looking too.
Yeah, log fence.
Yeah.
And then so where are the gates? Obviously there's breaks at the lake edges, but like it's cumbersome to get around that. But where are the gates?
I think the main entrance is going to be opposite side of the bonfire than the administrator's office. So in theory, like all the parents and kids come in and you see like the bonfire, everyone having a good time, and then you can walk over to the camp director and check in and all of that stuff.
Okay. Put that it's kind of a big one, that main gate. Is that the only way in and out aside from the lake, or is there another one somewhere? Like a back way in?
I like that being the one.
But yeah, maybe there's just the one.
The only way out. Unless you want to swim.
Sweet. Just the one? Great.
Yeah.
Just the one. We love it. Okay. Beep, 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 beep.
Just setting up our characters to have an awesome time. Just an awesome time.
So great, you guys. So great. All right. So now each of us is going to add one more detail onto the map, and I'm going to send it to you now in a moment. These are very interesting, and I'm excited to see what we choose. The things that we are now detailing are where the fire pit used to be, where the frogs used to sing, where the fairy houses used to be built, where the path used to go, where you used to sneak away to watch the sunrise, where you realized you weren't straight, where the oldest cabins are, where the witch was spotted, where kids kissed when you were young, where you confessed your childhood crush, or where the great battles of youth took place.
Wow. It's a good list.
It's a good list. But we have to narrow it down to one apiece. Is anything?
Go fairy houses real quick.
Little fairy houses? Have you never seen a fairy house either?
I don't believe that I have.
Oh, Noir, I feel like we need to take you just like out for some childhood joy. You know, like let's take you to build some mud castles, and then we'll build some fairy houses. It's gonna be exciting.
I don't know that I found the right thing on Google, but I'm gonna make the assumption that I did.
Wow. I can't wait to see what you found.
Yeah,
or maybe
like
I can.
Tiny wooden houses?
Yeah, man. Little houses for fairies.
Yeah. Sometimes they'd be made out of wood. Sometimes you just make like a little circle in rocks and find some like nice moss and pretty things.
Or like put
mushrooms.
A door on a tree. I've seen there's a lot of ones that like incorporated into like hollows and trees and things. Yeah.
See, and this is why people get abducted into the Feywild, because of stuff like this.
Correct.
I'm going to do where the fairy houses used to be and say that it's the wall, yeah, that just feels right.
At the abandoned stone wall. So how long ago was this?
I want to say a long time ago.
Were they built? So as a counselor, the conceit is that you also came to this camp when you were a kid. Were they built before you got here as a kid? Yes.
I kind of like the idea of them being like almost like the camp legends, where nobody can really track down what generation of campers made them. So like the previous generation always kind of gets credit for it.
Interesting. Yeah.
I like that.
Older than anyone can remember. Okay. Anita?
Somewhere along the shoreline. Maybe there's like a dock on the edge of the lake.
Okay.
That's where I realized I wasn't straight.
Is it close to where the ferry houses are? Opposite side?
Opposite side.
Opposite side. Little dock. Just like we all pick where you realized you weren't straight, and when just there's like just four little
just
spots.
The dock for all of us.
It's where you go. It's always the dock.
I mean, technically, it was under the dock.
I'm putting that down. Under the dock on the shoreline of the lake. And is this dock like a popular spot for campers to go? Or is this like a time for me to go away?
I think it might be a popular spot for like, it might be a spot that the newer campers don't necessarily know about, but some of the older campers know that like if you swim underneath, you can hop up underneath the dock and you can
have some privacy if you want.
Privacy under there.
Great. Just quick question. When you realized you weren't straight, were you alone or accompanied?
I'm not going to kiss and tell.
Okay, accompanied. Good.
Yes, accompanied.
I won't ask you their name. We don't have to get into it. All right, Damon?
I think I'm going to go with where the witch was spotted.
Where was the witch spotted?
And I think the witch is the reason everyone leaves things at the hidden picnic bench.
Oh.
So out in that zone.
How long ago was the witch sighted? Or is it?
I think the practice of leaving things has been going on for a while, maybe since like the 40s, let's say.
Okay.
Good chunk of time. But I think that when I was a camper, there were still sightings.
Are there still sightings?
Yeah, I like that.
So like it's maybe even every summer there's one kid that's like, I saw the witch.
And then you've got to leave a tithe.
So these memories are not, these are like, so she does not follow you away from camp. Okay.
Yeah.
Great. Witch sighting. I am going to say that the thing I'm going to add to the map is where you confessed your childhood crush. And I think that this is a thing that is also maybe tradition in the camp, is to go into the petroglyph boulders to whisper the name of your crush. And like perhaps the superstition is if you hear it back a certain number of times that they also have a crush on you, kind of a thing. Just like have a thing in my brain of like a scene where somebody goes in there and whispers something and then the sound just like deadens.
Well, that's terrifying.
They don't like you at all.
Wow. You could have just told me.
Not reciprocated.
Petroglyph boulders. Okay. There is a very horrifying list now that we get to decide as a group. We need to pick one. And the title of the list is called What Happened Last Time.
Great.
It is my least favorite list. Here we go. About to drop it in the Discord. Beep-a-doop. We have to decide as a group. What happened last time? Half the camp danced into the lake and woke up freezing. Flayed animals roamed the woods. One of your friends died. The cops showed up and shut everything down. Each one of you got a scar in the same place on your faces. No one remembers. It's been too long. What happened last time?
Torn between the second to last or the last option?
The scar or no memories is what you're thinking.
That's what I'm thinking, but I'll leave it also up to the group.
Noir wants to kill a person. I see it on his face.
What? No, I was just thinking. You ever play Assassin's Creed where you do something that your ancestor didn't do, and it's like desynchronization? The desynchronization happened in the sense that if any of these things happened, I would not be coming back. Personally, I like half the camp danced into the lake and woke up freezing.
It's an interesting one.
I feel like that's horrifying, especially if the other half of the camp is trying to get them to stop
come
doing
out.
That.
Mm-hmm. Damon, tell me your horrifying idea.
So those were my top two. No one remembers. It's been too long. And half the camp danced into the lake and woke up freezing. I think I'm leaning slightly more towards no one remembers, but I guess it depends on how long it has actually been. Because whenever I see something open-ended like that, I'm always inclined to be like, well, it's been like 160 years, which is why we don't remember, because it's been too long.
We are all humans.
Yeah.
Okay.
I do. Yeah. Weird stuff. Weird stuff.
Just tossing it out.
What do you think, Sarah?
I mean, I think I like better something that happened. I think an absence of things happening is more difficult story-wise because it is so much more open, especially in like a small arc kind of way. I feel like if we were going to be doing an open-ended campaign, the No One Remembers, I think could be really interesting because we could like start having more things come out as we go. But because we have sort of a limited amount of time for gameplay itself, that may be leaning more towards half the camp danced into the lake and woke up freezing.
I'm willing to throw my hat into that one as well.
The second half of that, that's like a letdown, though. Like, if it were half the camp danced into the lake in sentence, like that.
Okay, so we can do that. This is our game.
Yeah, I like that better.
It could also be the camp danced into the lake and half woke up freezing.
Oh.
The only reason I'm hesitant,
much higher body count.
I personally like the nightmarish effect of being completely cognizant, completely of your own mind, seeing like your peers
seeing
do
other
this
people
absolutely unreasonable thing and then go into the lake and never come back. It's just like
yeah, so we don't know, we can say that doesn't necessarily mean that they died.
Right.
Like they could have exited the lake outside of the walls of the camp.
It's the uncertainty that
we don't know what happened to them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is everybody good with that?
Last night at camp.
Last night at camp. Half of them just danced into the lake.
I was a day away from retirement.
Horrifying.
Camp retirement.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna make a note on this lake here about half the camp disappearing.
Just draw like a really cold camper, really cold and sad,
like
camper,
shivering with
shivering.
With a big frown.
Mm-hmm.
What they didn't tell you was the last dance that they did into the river was Gangnam Style.
It was going to be the cha-cha slide.
How amazing would it be if it was like a lot of times at camps they do like a dance the night before you leave, and so like just half the camp like was it an accident?
Prom?
Was it like that scene?
Slow dancing into the
like slow dancing into the lake.
Just like off the dock, like walking off the dock gently into the lake, you and your dancing partner.
That's so full of nope. That's so full of nope.
Wow. And so when was the last time that we were all here? Have we all been counselors before, like, or was the last time when we were children? Was this literally like last year, half the camp danced into the lake? And we come back because we're like, boy, we can't let that happen again.
I think it was when we were younger.
So the last year that we all came to this camp could have been multiple times that we came. Everybody can decide on their own. We were part of the half that didn't dance into so we watched them dance into the lake. Wow.
Yeah.
I kind of like the idea of one of us like not actually being present for that and being like, that didn't actually happen. Like someone was like down with a stomach bug and was sleeping off in the cabin or something like that.
Anita, your character like was at the camp when it happened, but didn't witness it. I like that idea that and I'll pitch that for my character. That like, so how old were we? Or how long ago was it? 20 years? 10 years?
It was July 17th, 2008.
Okay. It's very specific. July 17th, 2008. Last day of camp. Great. We done.
Perfect.
That one's done. All right.
Check.
All right. So we've got a lot of great notes. We've got a lot of really cool. The map I did. Each one was in a different color. I'm going to take a picture of the map. I'm going to send it to everybody so that you have it to refer to when we are doing the gameplay. But we do have some other things to flesh out, like about the camp and the surrounding area. So the first thing that we're going to talk about is that field right in the center of camp. It is young and bright and full of life and victorious play. It's here where all the young warriors play under the hot sun and where happy-go-lucky teens fool around within the shade. It's a place for doing and not for talking, and its heart is the rhythm of movement and innocent joy. It's overflowing with energy. It desires decisive action, movement, fun, happiness, peace, community coming together. We need to decide two aesthetic elements about this field. There's a list of things to choose from, but we also can just sort of make our own if we want. Tall grass. Is it freshly mowed always? Is it vibrant? Is it mist covered? Is it teeming with life? Is it well trodden or untouched? Damp, dewy, exuberant, clearly loved, wild. Give me an adjective.
I think it's well cared for.
Well cared for. What does that look like?
For some reason, the grass is always like that pristine length, like that perfect length, even though you swear it has never, like you've never seen someone go out there with a mower.
Does it always smell like that freshly
It always
mode.
smells like freshly cut grass.
But it's not sharp, like freshly cut grass.
It doesn't have those jagged edges.
So it's like soft, really pleasing to be in barefoot.
Yeah.
All right.
And it's got little patches of clover.
Oh. Anything else? Noir, do you have anything to add to the field?
Yeah, it's got it's Will manicured, so it wouldn't have dandelions with it.
It could.
But yeah, the dandelions that go floaty all over the place.
So like always in that second stage of dandelion.
Yeah, the fun stage. Unless you have allergies.
Yeah, but even
then it's the suffering stage.
Well, this is a horror game, so
you know,
we all have allergies.
All the ways to suffer, you will be suffering. You have to be very quiet so it doesn't find you, but also you're sneezing. It's gonna be a problem.
I think it'd be even spookier if this place never triggers anybody's allergies.
Amazing.
It wants
So one of the things when we are doing scenes in the future, you can pick up and put away all of these like things that we are putting on the map. So you would be picking it up if the scene happens at this particular place, but also if someone is frantic or hurried, or if the mist clings to the grass in the morning and it just feels right. There's a couple of places that like as we're setting the scenes, we'll be describing what is around us. And so sometimes that will come into play. Each character can make moves. You can also choose to make a move on behalf of the field if it is in play. There's moves clearly listed of like what the field can do for you. We're going to head over to the woods. The woods are an old place, far older than the camp, and filled with the aching pain only acquired from generations of trauma. The woods are dedicated to revealing, opening, and inspiring, but are also apathetic and filled with the weight of its own memories. If you treat the woods with respect, it might respect you back. Live within the woods and you'll become one of its own. They are a mournful place, desires to be left alone, to bring together, to heal, to talk, to reveal, and to live independent of cruelty and misunderstanding. One of the things that we need to choose as a group is what our impact on the woods is.
We as individuals, or like the camp's impact on
collective
the woods?
We can decide. I think it doesn't really say. So we can decide if it is the four of us, what our impact on it is, or if what the camp's impact on it is.
How about it's got a negative impact on the wood because we have a wooden gate. So I'm gonna say at the beginning of establishing this place, they cut down a bunch of trees.
So we took the camp took from the woods.
Yes.
Perhaps without like asking properly.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, let's hope that's not real bad.
Probably won't come up.
Nope. All of these things I'm writing down probably not going to come up. Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and choose a couple of aesthetic elements for these woods. Again, I will give you this list of options, but we can always add something else. Old growth, young, evergreen, deciduous, swamp, tangled, clear-cut, surrounded, sprawling, intelligent, pained, healing, hopeful, distrusting.
Well, we had
Distrusting.
Distrusting is good. I like that one.
Mm-hmm.
And I know we had talked about it being like all the same organism, which means it would be repetitive, because all of the trees would look like all of the other trees.
Very easy to get lost in.
Hard to navigate.
Mm-hmm. I also think pained is a really interesting.
Yeah.
Personally, I was leaning on surrounded
Oh,
because, like, I kind of feel like that goes alongside with the distrustful thing where it's like this secluded, peaceful place feels surrounded by people, and then there's even more invading with this camp.
mm-hmm.
Nothing scarier than a captured animal or forest in this case.
Yeah. Okay. The woods we would pick up either when the scene is set there or when something from the woods emerges into the camp, or the air is thick and misty and it feels right. All right, let's talk about the lake. What are two aesthetic elements? Shining, vast, rippling, misty, forbidden, muddy, algae-filled, plentiful, deceiving, reflective, revealing, hungry. I mean, I feel like with what we established, maybe it's hungry. It's one of
Hungry
it.
sounds good.
Yeah.
And vast.
Hungry and vast.
Hungry and vast. That one was, I feel like, very easy. Just like, hey, this lake ate people.
Maybe.
Maybe. We don't know.
And it's too vast to find out.
Oof. Or like, maybe it's not. Nobody knows because everybody who goes into it at that point doesn't come back. So we don't.
I like that we have had all of this opportunity to pick things for ourselves that aren't bad. And like, we didn't even pick the cat. Like,
nope.
Thing we've just been terrible.
Yeah.
We've afforded ourselves no comfort here.
No.
None.
I tried to give us a cat. I was outvoted and I'm good with it. The lake, by the way, the description is the lake is where secrets go to die.
Oh.
So.
All right. Well.
And half the camp, apparently.
There is a note here that says, although the lake is not an agent of the lindworm, it can often work in the lindworm's favor, hiding its influence and putting others in danger.
Super.
Love it.
It desires to conceal, to feed on secrets, to smother, to kill, to grow beyond its banks, to seduce, to lure, and to keep the truth hidden beneath its waves. Wow.
Well, that's terrifying.
It's probably fine. Listen,
that's just nightmare sauce right there. That's what that is.
Hey, listen, it's probably fine. It's probably fine. There is a section for how to make campers. But whenever you were to be making a camper, you would be choosing two genders, one from each column. And so it's not like every camper is exactly the same. And so I think that this is a thing that if the campers come into play during gameplay, we will take a moment and we will construct the camper for each scene that we would need. And then we will come back to that. Yeah. Okay, and I'm just going to have a moment. There is a tip here, and I need everybody to just realize that it says we should be creating lovable campers. Okay? The campers are not the scary part of the camp. We want to like the campers, who even at
Feels
their
like
worst...
a trap.
are relatable and reveal their anxieties and their capacities. Okay. Good. We'll come back to that. I believe in all of you. Maybe not Noir because he is laughing really hard.
I was just thinking, make lovable characters. The last time I was here, what character did I make? Oh, yeah, the god of capitalism. Nailed it.
Listen, that was not a pointed statement.
Oh, yeah, no, I wasn't.
No, it was pointed.
Oh, okay.
I know you. I know all of you. Come on. Okay, let's talk about the magic that is here at the camp.
Ooh.
The magic is a force, something that pervades all of existence and inhabits the secret parts of the world where humans haven't been. It's tricky. It desires stories, adventures, heroes, villains, art, beauty, joy, and above all, improbable coincidences. Okay, so we're going to choose 2 visual metaphors that the magic manifests in. Fireflies, cicadas, flaming embers, smoke, mist, flashlights, the moon, the stars, eyes in the darkness, a specific knobbed tree.
I had been thinking fog before you started the list.
Fog. So like fog or mist, like, does it matter?
I feel like mist would be in the morning, and to me, fog feels more like a nighttime situation.
Or could be anytime. Fog
could be anytime, yeah. But I always picture mist for the morning. I don't know why. I don't know if that is at all accurate, but that's what my brain thinks.
Fog is very creepy. I'm with you. What else? I kind of love the idea of it being fireflies.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's good.
As someone that has traumatized my players with fireflies in several horror campaigns, I'm here for it.
Great. Perfect. Also, this list, the field, the woods, the lake, the magic, you start, depending on what character class playbook that you choose, you might start with one of these that you've already picked up. So you will have access to its moves regardless of what we are doing. There's a little note here that says the crafter begins with the magic but should put it down quickly. Don't have it. Okay. The last one that we are going to check out before we start doing our characters is called the Strangeness. Strangeness are the old creatures of the world who arrived to this barren earth long before we did and carry with them the rats and pests and squirming pieces of faraway lands. They have blood on their hands, but they do not allow it to faze them, preferring instead to dwell on what could have been. The Strangeness knows things about things they shouldn't. So we don't actually get to pick anything for the Strangeness. However, this is one of those things that does not have to be in play. But there is a table that when associated themes show up, it makes the Strangeness stronger. How do we feel about having the Strangeness be a part of our game?
Yep.
Yeah, I thought so. The Strangeness can appear in 4 different ways when it is fully realized. It is a murder of crows. It is Our Lady Oubliette. It is the Slumbering Beast, or it is the Underhill King. So depending on what starts showing up, it's going to foreshadow that particular strangeness. And 3 tallies of its associated themes, whether that be physical objects or like feelings and situations, will make the strangeness manifest. So there we go. We have done the setting. You know what we do need to do now is give our camp a name. So, what do we feel that this camp is called?
How about Camp Standing Stones?
Yeah, I was just thinking about those boulders. Like, Camp Petroglyph.
Camp Petroglyph?
Seems maybe too bougie for but like Standing Stone is good.
Standing Stone?
Yeah.
Camp Standing Stones?
Standing Stones?
I was gonna say Lake Pontchartrain, but that's just a Ludo reference, so don't mind me.
Camp Standing Stones. And when was it established? That's not part of it, but I'm interested. We talked about the first sightings of the witch being like the 40s. Or that's when people started leaving things at the...
Yeah.
Was in the 40s.
100 years. Woo.
It's not 100 years.
But that's when the camp was founded.
It's been... So is this the 100th anniversary of the camp this summer that we are doing right now?
It would be a little on the nose, but it could be.
I like it.
Established 1923.
I almost wish we made it so we went to camp 25 years ago. So we could, never mind. Don't mind me.
I mean, we can.
Like having the 75th the 75th anniversary being the anniversary where the kids go in the lake.
Where the kids go in the lake.
And now it's the 4th one.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so that just means we just have to change the date over here. That's okay.
Yeah, so it can't be the release date of the YouTube video for Vitamin C anymore. Vitamin C's graduation.
Oh my God. Oh my God. I mean, no, that's good. That's good. We're going to shift off of it. I'm so sorry.
Sorry, Vitamin C.
So it was 1998 that it happened instead.
1998 was 25 years ago.
Yeah.
Oh, God.
Did I break you?
Yeah, a little bit.
Okay. Well, you know what? Hey, we've been going for a while and we just broke Noir. So I think we're just going to take a quick bio break. We've built Camp Standing Stones, established 1923. There's definitely a witch. There's a lot of hinky shit going on at this particular camp. And so when we come back from our break, we are going to build our campers, our camp counselors, the 4 of us, and we're going to figure out exactly who we are, who is in charge of this camp that very bad things have happened in. So come back, go have some s'mores, maybe. That seems like a very camp kind of food. Maybe it's really hot, but like camp makes me think of like hot cocoa around the campfire. Go get yourself something, and it's hot at camp, so like get a giant glass of water and then come back here and we'll see you in a few minutes. Welcome back from the break. I spent my break trying to literally break into a box to have a piece of cake and couldn't do it. So that's where my life is. Welcome. Okay.
See, now I want cake.
I know. I always want cake, though. I always want cake. Hey, everybody watching at home. If you send us cake, like, listen, we're all going to be at Gen Con this year, you know? Like, I wouldn't be mad if people just, like, brought us cake. Like, you just bring some cake. I'm allergic to coconut, but bring me everything else. Thanks. All right. We're going to have to make a note, Damon, of how many people bring us cake.
So far, it's 0, and I'm upset about it. So
God help you if that number remains.
We did just make the request, to be fair.
0.
Okay.
I'm writing it down.
I'm writing at the moment. Cake tally.
Twitch chat.
None.
Twitch chat. Hashtag. Get it on Twitter for as long as that's around. Hashtag get Sarah cake to Gen Con. That's too long.
That's how it's really how you will see me the happiest is if I have cake with me.
Hashtag Gen Cake.
Gen Cake.
Yes.
Yeah, Gen Cake is good.
There it
Gen
is.
Cake is really good.
Found it. Okay. I'm going to make that post every day forever. Okay, so we are now going to build our characters, our counselors. We have there are 7 archetypes that we can be. We have a couple of options here. It is not like, part of it, but you could roll a die and just be given a character. Or you can choose from the title of the character. What are your thoughts?
What are the titles?
No, I'm not. No.
Oh. All right. Well, then I'm just gonna then I'll just roll. I want to roll. If you're not going to tell me anything at all,
I'm not going to tell you anything. So, if we choose collectively to roll, then you will be given a character and it will be a surprise. But otherwise, I will tell you the names of the characters and you can choose from the names, and then we will build from there.
I submit my destiny to the will of the dice.
Oh, Anita, are you okay with rolling for a character?
Sure.
Okay. Okay, everybody roll me a D8.
Dang, the one that I didn't have.
I mean, you can roll a different one if you want.
I don't like how you say that, so I'm going to roll the D8.
All right.
I got an 8.
I got a 7. Good old reliable, sturdy 7.
I got a 6.
Hey!
We are going to cover the spread here.
All right. I mean, I guess I'm going to be a character, so I should probably also roll. Beep, 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 beep. Got to do it digitally. Oh, I mean, that makes sense. Okay. Anita, you are the athlete.
Okay.
Always choose win, yells the athlete, both on the field and in life. The athlete is cold skill, emotion transformed into a furthering of the desire to do even better in the world. Never assume the athlete doesn't care, even if they never show it. Feelings come secondary to victory over the lindworm, to keeping everyone else safe, to giving everyone else the space to process. Feelings are later. Win is now. The athlete is a storming individual. Their power is in restrained fury, tragic heroism, and their physical ability. We have things to choose, but we're going to choose them together. I rolled the crafter. There's magic in the world, the magic of the secret places that want to grow and thrive. All things are connected by this magic. Even the lindworm, as horrific as it is, must be connected to this order somehow. The crafter is responsible for teaching arts and crafts to campers, but is more importantly responsible for cultivating their sense of magic and connection to the arcane. Crafters listen to the call of the universe and respond with their own creative expression. Okay. Damon, you are down here further. The ropes keeper. The ropes keeper tends to the ropes course, the structure at the heart of the woods. They are an enigmatic staff member, one who prefers the company of the wooden beams and tall trees to the presence of other staff, or heavens forbid, actual campers. Still, the ropes keeper is a vital part of the camp ecosystem and helps hold the entire community together with their stoic, I can never say this right, hermeticism. That's it.
Hermeticism. Yep.
The ropes keeper is a distant individual. Their power is in quick movement, sudden shows of cold kindness, and the forest itself. This was by the dice. I didn't assign this to you, but it's
I get to be a curmudgeon that lives in the woods. It's pretty on brand.
It's you. And then Noir, you are the song leader. Camp music lifts us up and binds us together. In uproarious sing-alongs, we find community. In heartfelt refrains by campfire light, we find home. The song leader sings from the soul with the carefully chosen words and gentle touch, and their voice hits you square in the heart and makes you want to join in. If camp has a voice, it isn't that of any one person. It's the combined voices of each and every camper and staff member. But it's the song leader who spurs them all to sing. The song leader is a tender individual. Their power is in their voice, the voices of others, and the togetherness of countless arms wrapped around countless shoulders.
I can dig it.
The first thing we're going to do, so I have yours up right now, so I'm going to do a couple of things for you. It's Noir time.
Hey.
So first thing is we're going to choose your name.
Okay.
You have a couple of options here. It is a name with a pleasing sound. A name used only here. A name that's fun to chant. Or a full name never to be abbreviated.
I like that last one because that's real diva stuff right there.
Yeah. A full name never to be abbreviated.
Oh man, this is okay.
Listen, that can be your choice, and then you can tell me next session the actual name that you have chosen.
I got it.
You got it?
Yeah.
Tell me.
It's Ethan J. Gulliver.
Obviously.
Yeah. You got to say the whole thing.
It's always.
Even the J. It's important.
Yeah, it's very important. Okay, so we've got, I need you to pick these two things for your look. Curious eyes, thoughtful eyes, happy eyes, or gentle eyes.
Can I get those one more time?
Curious, thoughtful, happy, or gentle. And this is about your eyes.
I'm going to say curious eyes.
Curious eyes.
Yeah.
Now we're going to describe your body.
Okay.
Delicate, fluid, stable, slow moving, or built for strong hugs.
Built for strong hugs is basically thick. So I'm just going to say, built for strong hugs.
Okay.
With my curious eyes.
Yeah. Let's describe your gender. Here are your options. Are you ready?
Yep.
Blackberry blossom, June apple, freight train, crawdad, wagon wheel, quite early morning, or blowing in the wind.
All right, so what I can tell you for sure is what it won't be, which is Wagon Wheel, because I've
Not
been
Wagon
called Darius Rucker too many times in my life. So
Okay, obviously not Wagon Wheel.
let's
Damon started
like,
laughing at Freight Train and couldn't stop.
yeah, I'm thinking Freight Train
For the
might
rest of
be.
it. Freight Train. Your gender is Freight Train.
It's just so good.
It's so good.
So good.
I'm legit probably gonna make that my actual gender.
Yeah, Freight Train. Thank you, Jay Dragon.
I've just learned something about myself.
All right. We're gonna choose your childhood fear. Here are your options.
Mm-hmm.
Distant howling only you can hear. Nobody being able to see or hear you.
Mm-hmm.
Going to sleep and never waking up. Your That's own awesome. Face in the mirror. Or all of those.
Let's play the game on hard mode and give me all of them.
Okay.
If it's possible for you to send me that in the
absolutely.
All right. Cool.
Let me get through everybody's, and then I'll forward you the whole character sheet.
Awesome.
You'll be great. But first, we gotta choose your singing voice.
Okay.
Is it strong and grounded, like an anchor? Warm and welcoming, like an embrace? Playful and meandering, like a chase through tall grass? Intimate and honest, like a promise to a friend? Or haunting and full, like the moon reflected in the lake?
Torn. I'm torn.
Between
intimate and what was the second one?
Warm and welcoming, like an embrace.
I'm torn between those two because basically I want to be like if Hosier and Luther Vandross did fusion dance.
Okay.
I want to choose because I'm torn between those two. I'm not gonna pick any of them, and I'm gonna pick haunting instead.
Haunting and full, like the moon reflected in the lake.
Oh, 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 woo!
Just a wolf, a freight train wolf. Choose.
I found my new nickname.
Freight train wolf. It's also your next tattoo. Just
chugga, ah woo,
woo. And now you get to choose two songs out of these. Okay. A group song no outside force could ever interrupt.
Okay.
A story song campers always listen to in quiet, rapt focus. A hiking song that always gives the tired and weak a boost of energy. A traditional song that provides insight into the camp's history. Or a cyclical song that always brings the camp dog running. Oh, could be a camp dog.
Oh. I like shutting people up, so that one that people can't interrupt.
Okay. Story song campers always listen to in quiet, rapt focus. That one's good.
Yeah. I think
another one.
Oh, I get two. That's right.
What
was the let's see. I like that one because it shuts people up. Then there's that other one that like revitalizes people or something.
The hiking song gives the tired and weak a boost of energy.
Yeah, so I'm gonna shut people up and give them energy to leave me alone.
Love it. To walk away from you. That's what we're looking for. Okay. So the only thing that we haven't done for your particular camp counselor at this moment is you're going to be asking two questions, one per another player. Although I might go ahead and just, since there are four of us, I might say there are three questions listed, so you will get to ask each of us one of them, and it will establish our relationship. But I'm going to have everybody build theirs first.
Okay.
So next up is I have the ropes keeper.
That's me.
That's you. So we're going to choose your name. Is it an old name?
Keeping all the ropes.
A name said thoughtfully. A carefully chosen name. Or a name with power behind it?
I mean, obviously, I'm going to take that last one.
A name with power behind it?
A name with power behind it.
Okay. Do you want to choose that now, or do you want to wait?
I'll figure it out.
Figure it out.
And then, yeah.
Cool. And And now we're going to describe your look. So we're going to pick your eyes and then your body. Eyes first. Are they dull, hardened, pointed, or animal?
Dull.
Dull eyes.
What was number 2?
Hardened.
Hardened. Yeah, I'm gonna do hardened eyes.
Hardened eyes.
I'm gonna keep my distance.
All right, let's check what your body's doing. How's your body, man? Is it
feeling good?
Feeling good? Is it
Feeling
wide set, tense, wiry, nimble, or scarred?
Oh. I think probably tense.
Yeah.
I don't think
feels right.
I don't think hanging out in the woods is great.
Mm-hmm. It's probably true, especially with the witch and the fact that the woods, like, if you stay in it too long, like, it incorporates you. So
yeah,
probably not great.
Yeah.
All right. Are you ready for your list of gender descriptors?
I am.
Hermit, sailor, druid, swamp thing, rusted sword, a fox, an ancient oak, or none of your business.
I'm boy, those are all so good.
They're so good.
I'm torn between Swamp Thing and None of Your Business. And I think I'm gonna go with None of Your Business.
None of your business. It's none of your business. All right. Choose how the woods first helped you.
Okay.
You were running from a bully. The lindworm was trying to kill you. A wise mentor showed you its wisdom. A dream guided you between the branches. Or you were in love here once.
Oh, I'm going to take that last one.
Yeah, you were in love here once. And now you're going to choose the woods' impact on you. Overwhelms with natural beauty, reveals spoken lies with bird song, honors pain with shared simile, tells the truth with venerable silence, or keeps promises with sunlight.
I'm going to go with the honors pain.
Honors pain with shared simile.
Yeah.
So your last one before we get into the questions is choose why you still have friends. You're funny. You give good advice. You listen. You're there for people when it matters. Or you know people better than they know themselves.
I think I'm going to be there for people when it matters.
When it matters. Excellent. Heading on over to Anita's athlete. Just gotta go on up on a da ba doo ba doo. Da da da. Shalays like that. All right. Anita, it's time to choose your name. Is it a sturdy name? A dependable name? A name that hides who you are? Or a name that can be used like a battering ram? These descriptions are my favorite thing.
They're really good.
Jade Dragon,
They're
I love
really
you.
Good. I think I'm going to go with a sturdy name.
Sturdy name. Do you have it, or do you want to hold on to that until the next one?
I think sturdy. I think Wilford Brimley. So let's go with Brimley.
Brimley.
Sturdy old man. We'll go
We
Brimley.
love it. we're going to describe your look. First, we're going to do eyes, then we're going to do body. So for your eyes, are they furious, piercing, burning, or explosive?
Could you go back on the first two again?
Furious
Mm-hmm.
or piercing?
And the last one was
explosive.
Explosive. Piercing.
Piercing.
Eyes.
Like that. Is your body coiled, massive, a tank of a body, or a blade of a body?
What was the first one again?
Coiled.
Coiled. I think I'm going to go with a blade of a body.
Blade of a body. It's good. Here's your list of gender options. This is maybe my favorite part of this whole session. It's just going to go through the genders. I'm very excited about it. A glaive, lightning, health goth, sports dyke, barbarian, or lonely king.
I like Lonely King.
Lonely king. Okay. Your childhood fear. Wolves torturing your family. All your bones breaking. A bully with a sharper weapon. Slowly transforming into a statue. A doll that can control you. Or getting robbed and killed.
Torn between slowly turning into a statue and all your bones breaking.
Oh, yeah. They're both pretty awful.
I think I'm going to go with all your bones breaking.
Yeah, because that's like not supernatural at all. Like that could happen anywhere, really.
Yeah.
All right. You get Brimley has a contraband weapon. You get to choose it. Is it a baseball bat, a broadsword, an X-Acto knife, explosives, an axe with barbed wire, a chainsaw, a butterfly knife, brass knuckles, or a spiked chain? We're all gonna hide behind Brimley.
Yeah, I'm like, what the crap? I get a collection of nightmares. You get a collection of weapons.
Yeah. I think I'm going to go with explosives.
Explosives.
And I think that they're actually, I think Brimley snuck in fireworks for the centennial.
Oh, okay. You get to describe it with two of the following. This contraband you're describing. It was given by a mentor. It's used to defend yourself from your fear. It is proof of your heroism. It is tied to self-destructive tendencies. It is something everyone knows you by. It has your name carved into it. Or it has been used to protect others 1,000 times.
Oh, it's something everybody knows that I buy.
Everybody knows, but okay. And then you get a second one too.
I get 2 off that list?
Yeah.
Okay. So it's going to be something everyone knows that I buy, and it's going to be linked to my self-destructive tendencies.
Great. So we know your self-destructive tendencies are blowing things up. We love it. All right. I'm going to head over to the crafter. I'm going to build me real quick. BB. Hey, where'd you go? Past me. Okay. So my name, the options are a unique name, a tongue twister name, a word that is normally not a name chosen to confuse. I think I'm going to go with a word that is normally not a name, which I will decide before next session. Okay. Gotta know what my eyes look like. Gleaming, mismatched, bright, honest, or exhausted. I like mismatched. It's interesting to me. The body options are round body, body built for listening, a lanky body, or an uncertain body. And I really like body built for listening.
Yeah, good choice. It's only ears.
Just one big ear, actually.
Biblically accurate, but just ears.
Here is my gender list. Priestess femme, grass lad, a turtle, a cloud over the sun, a particular color, or tree kisser. And I think I'm going to a particular. I think I'm going to go a cloud over the sun as my gender. Choose your childhood fear. Oh, these are terrible. Flayed by wolves, drowning in a lake and no one hearing, getting caught kissing someone you shouldn't, teeth falling out and you can't explain why. Okay, but the last one is the plot of Home Alone, which I think is really funny. But I think with our background, I think my childhood fear is drowning in a lake and no one hearing.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a little, that's perfect.
I get to choose my craft. Augury, rune magic, hexes and blessings, staring at fire, embodied spellcraft, dream journeys, promises, or protective wards. I think protective wards. So now we have protective wards and explosives on our side, which feels good.
Pretty okay.
Feels like maybe we aren't gonna get out, like get eaten by the lindworm. I don't know. Okay, but then I have 2 traits of that craft. It cannot be used to lie. It cannot be used to spill blood. It cannot cause death in any form. It cannot be used with modern technology. It cannot be taught easily, or it cannot be repeated. I think it cannot be used with modern technology, which I think could probably wouldn't work then in the camp director's office, which could be a problem for the camp director, probably not for us. And I think it cannot be taught easily. Okay. All right. So now we have questions, and I am going to take a moment and I'm going to send you each of your questions. Actually, I'll ask you mine first since I'm here. Okay. So, Noir.
Yes.
How did you rescue me?
I'm gonna say, and you let me know if you're okay with this.
Sure.
That fear about drowning, I want to say like maybe I peeped a little bit of a panic attack while we were all by the lake. I just sat by and started strumming off the guitar, didn't call attention to it, but just did everything I could to mellow you out.
Mm,
And
yeah.
I only stopped once I made sure you're okay.
Was I heading into the lake?
Maybe
Yeah.
I saw you kind of like daydreaming, walking towards the lake, and I'm like, "Hey, buddy!" And now it's time for Wonderwall.
Well, maybe you want to listen to Wonderwall over here, though. Okay. Okay.
Now
Cool.
I'm gonna perform Owl City. Let's go.
Hey. Hey, Brimley. Why did you abandon the craft? You used to do this. Why don't you anymore?
I think someone else at the camp might have bullied Brimley.
So, like, somebody told you it was weird, and so you
told Brimley.
it.
Like, I think Brimley was a very good painter.
Ah. Mm-hmm.
And was actually like quite good. And someone told Brimley that it wasn't cool, or that it was weird that they did it. Maybe like a little bit of like toxicity in there as well.
Mm.
And Brimley wasn't standing for it, or Brimley was just like, "Oh, I guess if it's not normal and it's weird, I'm gonna stop and conform."
Oh, Brimley.
So Brimley gave up something that
Hey,
they loved, and
we're gonna get you
at.
painting again, Brimley. We're gonna find a way. Okay, last one. You don't have a name yet, right, Damon? You have
Correct.
a sturdy? Is it? No, you weren't sturdy.
A name with power behind
name with
it.
power. Why do I keep falling in love with you?
I think it is because the woods want you to.
Oh. Do the woods want me to fall in love with you, or do the woods want me? And
I was going off of I was in love there once in the woods.
Oh.
And
so it's
you
trying
are
to
perhaps like a replacement. Yeah. Yeah. Without really understanding how
anything works. So like it's purely like a supernatural force is causing it.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Interesting. Okay. Anita, I am sending you the chat, your 3 questions.
Okay.
Here we go.
I love the musical interludes.
This is just how my brain works. Okay, so each of those questions, one to each of us.
Ooh, okay. Sarah, remind me what your character's name is again?
Oh, I haven't. It's a
yet?
word that is normally not a name.
Okay. How did you perceive me when you saw me at my most vulnerable?
I think maybe I found you after the bullies made you feel like you couldn't paint anymore. And I saw how badly you were hurting, and I didn't want to like make you feel embarrassed by that. I think I see the fact that you feel really deeply and you cover it up because it's more important that we just get stuff done and let's just go do things. So I think I try to be a place to just like, I'll sit quietly near you so that you can be vulnerable if you want. See, I think I saw you need that.
Okay, I like that. Damon, why do I feel okay opening up to you?
I think that out in the woods, or at least near the woods, is really a place of separation from everything else that is going on at the camp. And so if there are any connections and tethers that you're feeling to your past in the camp or anything like that, those are lessened when you are out in the woods. And so out there, then you are more comfortable just opening up and being yourself, because the memory of being bullied is pushed back.
Do you think I also like to connect as well, like through the rope course as like an athlete as well?
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Awesome.
I love the idea that you have made this rope course and like you don't want anyone to use it.
It doesn't have an exit. It's just intentionally made it really bad to use.
Made it difficult on purpose.
Yeah, it's just a horrible maze.
And for our songster, what was your character's name again?
Ethan J. Gulliver, please.
Ethan J. Gulliver? Okay. Make sure that I use the whole thing. I'm going to write that down right here. Ethan J. Gulliver. Got it. Do I take care of you, and do you want me to?
No, you don't. And I think Ethan's that kind of guy that just likes getting attention. But when people are like, I think Ethan likes getting attention on Ethan's terms, and it's like very quick to be like, okay, you may leave now.
Like, Ethan is
a cat. Yeah. Is cat.
Ethan J. Gulliver.
Ethan J. Gulliver
is a cat.
I was just sitting here watching them, just saying the one part of the name.
You said just the one part of the name, and so we were
when Ethan refers to himself.
Oh no, does Ethan J. Gulliver talk about himself in the third person?
Yes, Ethan does.
Oh no.
So I think Ethan J. Gulliver. So Ethan J. Gulliver, I don't take care of you.
No.
And Ethan only really wants attention. Ethan J. Gulliver only really wants attention on Ethan J. Gulliver's
wants
terms.
everybody to want to take care of him, but once you start taking care of him, you're annoying.
But then please go away.
Yeah. Okay.
Understood. All right. Damon, I put your list.
So Sarah, I'm going to start with you. Let me know if this is too control-y, I guess, of your character in particular. But I was going to give you the "Why did I stop loving you?" question.
Oh yeah, sure. I think I left the woods. I think that I kept trying to get you to leave the woods with me. And you were like, but the woods. And I was like, we can be outside the woods. And I think that the woods were too strong. So I think this maybe ties into the woods sees you as one of its own and is like, hey, we fucked up. I'm sorry. Bring her.
We'll get him back. We'll get him back.
Yeah. But I think I also think she probably would come back, but you are probably pretty stubborn about it.
All right.
These other ones are good.
Yeah, they are good. They could both go for everyone here. So, Brimley, what happened that made you seek refuge in my woods?
I think that that Brimley gave up painting, but the bullying didn't stop that year. So I think Brimley ran away into the woods.
Just to hide out?
To hide out.
Hey, I have a question. Brimley, did you see the witch?
I think Brimley definitely did see the witch.
Okay. That's
I think there is a memento on the picnic bench that Brimley has left there.
What is it?
I think that after the bullying happened, Brimley ran away into the woods, saw the witch, and then came across Damon on the rope course working on things.
Mm-hmm.
And I think Brimley helped start tying some of those initial few knots. And I think one of the things that Damon's character and Brimley did together is they tied the ropes into little paracord friendship bracelets.
Yay.
And I think that Brimley's friendship bracelet is on the picnic bench.
With this canon that we have just created, that means that Damon's character, as the ropes keeper, started as a camper, just tying rope in the woods, and then just stayed.
Just stayed. Yeah. I was sort of thinking earlier when we were just talking about time frames and everything like that it might be interesting if one of us hadn't left the camp for whatever reason.
You just aged out as a camper and became a counselor and then just kept working.
Yeah.
I'll take that.
Don't worry. I'll throw myself on that grenade.
Yeah.
Got it.
All right. So Ethan J. Gulliver.
There it is.
Why were you banned from entering my woods?
Oh.
Please tell everyone what you did.
What did you do?
I went viral for playing the song that caused all the kids to walk in the river.
Ooh.
Whoa. All right.
And then the woods were like,
you earned that.
Hey, no thanks. You can't come in here.
Yeah, I make that my whole internet personality is as one of the survivor of the missing.
Oh.
So I play the songs. I do TikToks telling the story while playing music.
Wow. Dark.
Yeah, I can see that the woods would be like,
oh,
get out.
This guy.
Yeah. You know what? The lake can have him. Okay, Noir, and your questions are in there?
All right, here we go. Let's go with you. Let's go with you, Anita.
Brimley.
Brimley. What song best represents our relationship?
Oh.
The first thing that popped into my head was Toxic by Britney Spears, but
I mean, if it works, if the shoe fits,
So I think the idea that you only want me to take care of you on your terms.
Yes. Keeps pushing away, but not really.
Mm-hmm. And Brimley's well, I guess I want to help, but if you don't want me to help, I won't help.
All right. Ooh, I spelled that wrong. Anyway, I'm gonna say, Sarah, why did we grow apart all those years ago?
Oh, well, because you started capitalizing on the tragedy of half of the camp walking into the lake, immediately, the next day. I told you a bunch of things that I was very vulnerable about it, and I was very scared that I had almost been one of them. And I think you used that story.
Oh, that's terrible.
Yeah, that was one of the first things that you shared. You were I rescued someone from the lake. The lake was going to take her, and I am the hero here.
And that's why I love music so much, because it saves lives, everybody. Don't forget to push that bell.
Like and subscribe.
All right, that's wow. And Damon, What have you said to me but never said to anyone else?
Oh.
Jeez. That's a hard one.
Anything. Damon doesn't talk.
I think that I have let you in on a secret. It probably slipped that I have a theory as to the witch's origins.
Hmm.
And then it slipped, and it was very much a shouldn't have said that kind of moment.
Man, but the clicks. They get the clicks.
Did you tell him the theory or just that you had one?
I think I probably started to go into it and then was like, no. You're just going to sing about it.
Just going to sing about it.
Remember, I said we're going to make the most likable characters, and this is what I thought.
Oh, no. Lovable. The campers need to be lovable.
Yeah.
I think cool.
Yeah, I think it was maybe from when, even prior to the lake incident, it was maybe during camp early that summer, spending a bunch of time in the woods, and then the witch starts arriving.
So you have also seen the witch?
Yes.
Have you seen the witch multiple times?
I think probably often.
Okay.
Yeah.
Is it often each year? Or is it like often because you have seen
the
her
witch
multiple years?
The witch is cyclical with new batches of campers.
Okay. Is that how you know camp has started again?
Oh. Yeah, probably. Yeah. And then I start rebuilding the rope course.
Having to rebuild.
But it's probably never ready for any campers.
Is the rope course actually a witch trap?
Listen, I'm not gonna, shouldn't have said anything.
Do the woods like the witch?
I don't think so. I feel like the witch is an interloper.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Good. So we've created all of our folk. We have created our camp. We do prior to the next one, or if you happen to know now, you can choose your pronouns, which can be, there's a huge list of them in there. It's literally any pronoun that you can imagine, a combination of any of them, like whatever the speaker feels comfortable with, whatever the speaker is using for their own pronouns. Like you can get however comfortable you want with it and just see what makes sense to you. And because it's a lot, maybe we can start next time. I'll be sending you everybody's character sheet and everything after this, so you'll have the list and you can go through it and then you can check it. We can fill it in next time. So I do want to just have a quick discussion about like a big in-depth safety discussion. I think this is probably fine with everybody here, but there will definitely be no sexual violence of any kind. Specifically called out in this is also no violence to Indigenous people. No racism. Get back to that page. But there's a strong possibility that there's going to be death. There's a strong possibility that there's going to be grievous injury. There could be explicit violence against animals and against children. So we have to sort of have the conversation about where everybody's lines and bails are. What is everybody thinking?
feel like for me personally, I am gonna be okay with a lot of things that help set tone. But I don't know that like drawn out on screen like bodily stuff will necessarily advance the story that much. So generally speaking, I think for me, when it is story advancing and intentional, I'm okay with it. But egregious, just no purpose behind it, then I'm not that into it.
Yeah. Honestly, I just, instead of like grisly deaths, I'm much more interested in people just vanishing. That's kind of why I liked it with the water. I mean, you can think grim thoughts, but the fact that nobody knows what happened, I think that's spookier. And also, I don't want to think about kids at camp dying, so I'd much rather just think about them.
I mean, we can also
somewhere.
say that like confirmed child death is not happening in this game.
Yeah, I'd much rather them being lost
or just gone somehow.
Yes.
How do we feel about violence in like a physical way done against children and animals? Described or not,
I'm okay with superficial. I don't want to imagine anything that's gonna, like, if a kid falls and scrapes his knee, or like, there's like anything that can be described as a boo-boo. Yeah. I'm okay with that kind of stuff.
Okay. So like they injuries can be done to them, but like they couldn't be like
like if two kids
potentially
get into a scuffle,
fatal.
If two kids get into like a scuffle, but like as adults we would never harm, like there's not, that's
okay.
That'll be a firm line.
Okay. Also, like, can the lindworm? Are we okay with the lindworm taking over a child?
Oh, I'm personally okay with like possession.
I'm okay with that.
Yeah. Okay. That would mean potentially that we could have the inhabited child doing a lot of violence to the other children. Or if it inhabits a child, is the line then that it would have to only attack the adults at the camp?
I'm okay with it fending off the other kids, but I think we should be the primary target of its attacks. Great. So like if a kid is in the room, they can do like the Buffy, like just waving a hand to somebody.
It out of the way.
Yeah.
Okay. I think we've drawn some pretty good boundaries around what sort of things with children. How do we feel about animals? We're out in the woods. There's bound to be animals around.
I'd say firm line on domestic animals, like domesticated animals.
Okay.
Wild animals, I don't mind if we come across like a dead deer or something like that.
Okay.
It's nature.
Sure. Circle of life sort of thing.
Yeah.
So if an animal is clearly attacking us, whether that's inhabited or rabid or just like a bear who's whatever, like, is it okay for player characters to attack that animal back? Yeah. Or is it purely a defensive?
I'm okay with that.
I'm okay with that.
Inflicting harm, if it is clearly trying to inflict harm on us, is okay.
Exactly.
Okay. Okay. So the lindworm is real scary, and it flays humans or animals, and it wears their skin, and it comes in and does stuff. Do we want to keep any lindworm stuff off camera?
Like any descriptions of what the lindworm does to another being?
Correct. We're going to keep that off camera?
I'm okay with that being off camera.
Off camera? Like, we don't want one of the scenes to be us stumbling upon the lindworm as it is taking a new
Yeah, I think that even if you wanted to even if we did like a narration of it, we could be like the lindworm approaches the victim, and then we cut from there to like the camera pans to the sky and there's a scream.
Okay, great. While we're in here, is there so we've covered the lindworm, we've covered animals, we've covered children. Is there anything else that we would like to just like normal safety mechanic stuff? I know that I have a couple of players when they come on that are like, please don't describe any teeth stuff. Like, please don't describe any like fingernail violence. Please don't describe any eye trauma. Like, is there anything, because this can get into that kind of stuff, I want to make sure that we know where those lines are.
I'm okay with things.
I have a line on loss of player agency, like if there's something that like mind control, that sort of stuff.
Yep.
That's a no-go zone for me, personally.
Noir, anything that we haven't covered yet?
I'm kind of. I think we're all good. I mean, the kids thing was the one that I was mainly worried about.
Yeah,
but yeah, I think we're good.
Okay, awesome. So we have built our camp. We have built our characters. We have done our big safety discussion. So here's where we move into the section that's normally moments of gratitude. Like, how did you feel? Let's talk about the process here, or about the game itself, or about maybe something that you're excited to see moving forward. Let's see what's going on. Thoughts?
I am grateful that the game took the time to care about safety mechanics.
Absolutely.
Yeah. There's a subsect of the gaming space that's just like, if I see safety tools, I'm not, buying it. We'll go broke.
Right.
And I think that we need more companies, more developers, more people in the space to go that say, we're willing to lose those dollars in order to make sure that participation in our game doesn't add any unnecessary trauma to anybody, because we're all going through enough as it is.
Yeah.
So
Agreed.
That's going to be my gratitude.
That's wonderful. Yes. Yeah. Good job, Possum Creek Games.
Yeah, for sure.
My gratitude is for how everybody is such a good, like, collaborative storyteller. And I think that we've built like a good narrative framework to build off of and make this story that is both creepy and safe.
Yeah, love that.
Like, because you can play a scary game, but being able to play it safely and like being able to like negotiate these things together as a table is good. And I very much like how everybody sort of added something that was like a little bit different to what we're going to build as a whole. And I'm very excited to see what the setting is going to look like once we actually put our feet in the water of this world.
Hopefully not the water of the lake, though. That place maybe seems bad. I feel like this could get very dark. I'm in it. Let's go.
Hell yeah.
Damon, what are you excited about?
I am really excited for how like genuinely spooky it already feels when we haven't done any playing other. It's all been set up this entire time. Mm-hmm. And so far the game has really like fine-tuned spooky right out of the gate. Yeah. Which I really like, really appreciate, really good. I also have to give a particular shout out to Freight Train Gender. It's just
so good.
Freight Train Gender.
I'm taking that home.
It's so good.
Like that's so good. It makes me want to go through the other characters and read the gender options, because all of them, each time we got to a list, I was like, oh, these are all so good. How can you pick? Like, so good.
Yeah. I'm built for hugs, fam.
Built for hugs, body built for hugs. And also, like, I think the way that things were described as you're going through, there were no like dimensions, but like all of the body descriptions I saw what that body looked like. And all of the gender descriptions, I knew what that meant. They were so deliberately and like lovingly chosen in a way that you could really picture what you were doing with each of these things. Like it was just put together so smart, and I think it's really cool, and I'm really excited. I mean, maybe less excited because I don't like to be scared, but like it's gonna be fine. Because
we have a hell of a plot too.
I know, and also like
scary and safe,
but also like I'll keep all the lights on and I'll watch cartoons. I said it. I'm gonna do it afterwards. It's gonna be great. And if I don't sleep until we're done with this series, that's fine, because then I will see all of you at Gen Con and I will just make us be a cuddle puddle until I feel less scared.
Pillow fort.
Everybody put a little pillow fort around me and just blanket it up and it'll be great. Yeah, so I'm gonna have us go around the table one more time, and I'm gonna have you tell everybody where we can find you on the internet, what you have coming up, if there's anything that you would like to plug. And I'm gonna start with Damon.
That's me. Hello, my name is Damon Vanhee. My pronouns are he, him. I'm part of Formerly Feral Games. We are the makers of The Crowned, which is a game where you get to play a god, and it's dope. And Sarah does a lot on it as well.
Thanks.
Yeah, you can, some things, do some stuff. You can find me on the internet, I guess, in a couple of places. Damon Vanhee on Facebook and Twitter. And then I guess Twitter still sort of exists. It's formerly _feral for Twitter. And then that new one.
Blue Sky.
Blue Sky. That's one that's maybe neat. It feels cozy. I like it. Formerly Feral Games on Blue Sky. So that's where I'm at.
Right. Noir, where can we find you? What you got coming up?
Yeah, well, hi everybody. You can find me all over the internet as the Noir Enigma. That's Twitter, Twitch, YouTube, TikTok, Instagram, and Blue Sky. You can find me every Friday right here on Gen Con for Table Takes and Table Takes Plays. Every Monday over on Q Time for our alien game, Beacon, another fun, spooky game. I have 3 hit points in it, and we're surrounded by face huggers.
Wow, that seems bad.
I don't have a weapon. I have the power of compassion. I'm not kidding. That's like the only thing I have is a move called compassion.
Wow. All right. So everybody tune into that to see Noir's character eat it. Compassionately.
This doesn't bother me at all.
It's totally fine. I'm so happy you're here.
I have other things. I can't remember them, so just check out my Blue Sky and my website, thenoirenigma.com. That's it.
Noir out. All right, Anita.
See y'all later.
Where can we... He's gone. Where can we find you?
Hello, everybody. I'm Anita, otherwise known as Panita or Critical Misses, and I can be found everywhere. One of those 2 ways. I am now on Blue Sky too, so you can find me there at Panita as well. Usually you'll find me on Fridays over on Gen Con for Table Takes Game Night, which is like the game that happens right before this one. And on Saturdays for Morning Ritual, which is our TTRPG talk show. We've got a guest this week, and our guest this week is Matthew Ekberg, or Captain Crail, who is the GM for the Atomless. And other than that, on Mondays, you can find me over on Critical Misses for Time and Time Again, which is a cipher system story of time, space, memory, and love. And yeah, follow me on things and you'll be able to find out where else I am. That's it. That's all. That's me. And Watson wanted to come say hello.
Hi, Watson.
My boy!
He is the camp cat, and so nothing bad will happen to Watson.
Oh, no, he would definitely abandon us to our fate.
Oh, yeah. Maybe that's why nothing bad will happen to Watson. Because he's like, oh, I'm out. Y'all see the Lindworm? I'm out.
The landlord will probably send him a text like, "Hey, coming through at 15.
Yo, what's up?"
And Watts is like, "Bet I'm out at 5."
We know that, I mean, what a wonderful way. Like, we can't find Watson. I think something bad's gonna happen. Everybody out.
But yeah,
Hi, Watson. Hi, I'm Sarah Moore. You can find me on Facebook at Actor Sarah Moore and everywhere else on the internet at Pixies and Pins. You can come to my website, pixiesandpins.com. And you can find me here every Friday night on Sarah's Table, where I spotlight indie games. We are in the middle of our series. We just started. This is episode 1 of Sleepaway. And so we have decided that we're going to do a mini campaign. So there will be 3 more episodes of this particular arc. So it's gonna carry us, I think, all the way to Gen Con. And then when I'm at Gen Con, we're switching gears a little bit, and I'm going to DM for some puppets. So come on over to Sarah's Table Live. I will be playing a game called Adventure Skeletons by Grant Howitt, and I have 2 human players, Robert Hartley GM and also Mandari, and then I have 2 puppet players, which are from Perception Studio.
I love them so much.
It's so
yes,
good.
Indeed. Cucumber and Chunk are going to hang out at my table and probably break everything. So come check that out. There are still some tickets available. I'm also going to be doing Actoroki Live for Peter Adkison. And like, maybe there's going to be a puppet in that too. You know, like maybe this Gen Con is all puppets all the way down. Like, I don't know. You just have to show up to find out. That's what I have to say about that.
Sarah, are you a puppet? You have to tell us if you're a puppet.
I don't have to tell
That's
you.
the law.
It's not the law.
It's
Where is it
if
the
you
law?
don't.
Tell.
I know an undercover puppet when I see one. I'm getting out of here.
APAB.
Yeah, all right. I mean, that's fair. Listen, some things are going to be private. So I'm not going to tell you. You have to, only if you see me in person do you know for sure. So come check out and see me in person.
Bring cake.
Bring cake. Bring cake.
So far, it's still 0.
Fueled by cake. Yeah, so I want to throw out some thank yous. First of all, thank you to the 3 of you for hanging out at my table today and being so great and collaborative. And I am withholding my thank you for pushing me to do a horror game. We're going to find out later if that's a thing that I appreciated or if I'm traumatized.
This could particularly be our last time on the show.
This is either thank you so much or like this is your fault. So I don't know which one it's going to be. So we'll find out. And thank you to Jay Dragon and the folk over at Possum Creek Game for making such a beautiful storytelling game. Thank you to Gen Con and Peter Adkison for giving me this platform and letting me spotlight like really cool games that don't have a bunch of cash and eyeballs on them. Thank you to Marcus Mays for being our tech at Gen Con TV, keeping us running smoothly. Thank you to my partner, Jeff, for being my editor and my personal tech support because I am bad at technology. Pew, pew, pew. There you go. Noir, I'm giving you a lot of stuff to edit around. I just need you to like. There's been a lot of weird hand gestures.
There are a lot of these. We've got a whole finger gun segment.
Finger guns and dances, things. You're welcome. And thank you all for watching at home. This has been a treat. Please make sure that when we are done here, you maybe go pull up a chair at your personal campfire and make yourself some s'mores. Get yourself something toasty to drink. Some sort of hot spiced drink of some kind. Yeah, I can't. If I forgot to thank you, I'm so sorry. But like, I feel gratitude for you in my heart. So, yeah, And as always, keep making art and keep being art. We'll see you next time.